in it.
And then we're talking about like when you go to the grocery store. Now, I do this. I do think this is somewhat effective. Like you go to the store and they'll say, do you want to round up to give to boys and girls clubs and whatnot? And I usually say yes because it's on a credit card. And if the bill is $41.73, I say, well, what's the difference in that and $42, you know?
Yeah, when you go in and balance your checkbook,
Yeah.
it's even. Of course, I think, if you think about it, if the grocery store really wanted to help and really get more money in there, they would say, would you like to round down and we'll cover the difference?
Oh, my God. The grocery store that did that would, and they publicized that and got the message out without convoluting it, that would be a real win for everybody,
But no, it's fraught with peril because half the customers wouldn't understand what round down means.
Right, exactly. That's you have to
well,
make.
if they say no, then they make the money.
Yeah.
They don't have to. They don't have to worry about giving the cash, the extra money.
I almost think because what Christian is saying, the confusion, the charity would get less than the roundup.
Yeah,
don't you think?
Yeah, but is it really fair to put it on somebody else to give money like that?
Well, it's not fair, but I think it's very effective because you're standing there. It's a point of purchase thing, and you're already spending $100.
Your credit card or cash is in your hand.
And usually it's credit card for most of us now, and it's like, am I going to know the difference between $93.21 and $94?
But what about the idea behind just going to Chris Demm and saying, here's a GoFundMe page for somebody that needs help. Would you go give money to them, please?
No, I think that's different. I mean,
you're not in spending mode.
Yeah. When you've got the money in your hand, they're just like, we want to give a few extra quarters for these children. You know, usually I do it.
And you know what I bet is interesting?
Kelly,
your wife is a woman of science. She studies psychology.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to know what the difference is between, like you said, at the grocery store, at my grocery store where I go.
Yeah.
The cashier asks you in person. But if you go to a Walgreens, they ask on the keypad, and it's easy to hit the no button.
You hit no.
But they don't ask you. They just say, it's
going to ask you a question.
It'll walk you through the prompts.
Of course, it's much easier to say no
to a machine.
If you're doing self-checkout and it says, you just say no. I absolutely.
No, even face-to-face with a Walgreens.
Oh, yeah, even then, because you have to punch it in.
If using a credit card, but they don't see the credit card
they don't say
machine.
It. Yeah, even then, it's much easier to say no. When they say to you and they have to punch it in, that's when you say yes. I do.
I bet it gets way higher return.
Oh, 100% right. I agree.
Sometimes you'll get a cashier that will help you and say, just push no on that and go ahead and slide your card.
Yeah, there's
push no. Oh, yeah, I don't want to give.
They're just as jaded as the rest of us.
Yeah, they don't care.
That's right.
They just want to go home.
There was an exchange I think this is on South Park from years ago, where a guy's paying for, is it one of the dads?
It's Stan's dad, Randy.
Stan's dad is paying for his groceries, and they ask him, do you want to round up?
Okay, sir, looks like your total is $37.83.
All right.
Okay, and would you like to add a $1 donation to help hungry kids around the world?
Oh, no, that's okay.
Sorry?
I'm good.
I'm sorry, you don't want to give the $1 to hungry kids?
Not today, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Window's gonna come up and ask if you're helping the hungry kids. Just hit no, I'm not.
Oh, come on.
Try hitting it again. It's the box below the one that says, sure, I'd love to help however I can.
Look, I give money to charity a lot, okay?
Oh, sure you do.
I do. I just don't want to every time I shop for food.
That's completely understandable. If you can just speak into the voice decoder and say, I'm not giving anything to the hungry kids.
I'm not giving anything to the hungry kids. Hungry kids.
So, with the ice cream, the vodka, pizza pockets, and nothing for hungry kids, that's $37.83.
That's how it is. That's how it is. Exactly. That's right.
Yes.
And it does make it more difficult when they say that's right. Now, I'm going to save my electricity tips for tomorrow. I'm going to hold them out. I'm going to hold them out because I feel like now I don't think people are receptive.
You guarantee savings.
Yes, I will guarantee savings if you'll do these 4 simple steps.
Big words.
From an expert on how to save money.
Did you vet the expert?
No. They
No one ever does, though.
No.
In fact, I should start booking interviews as an expert. Just in anything.
You should.
Like yourself to other radio
Yeah,
shows?
Yeah,
other
that's what you
radio
ought to
shows,
do.
yeah.
Just be in there on the phone and be like, and charge them some money to do that.
What do we need to talk about? Is it now a good time to invest in a new home, Biggie?
Yes, it is. Now, look, the prices seem a little high.
Interest rates. But now's the time.
Yeah.
Jump on it. This is
Should I invest in gold now, Biggie?
There's never been a better time because of the interest rates. And look, the Fed just came out and said interest rates are going to keep going up.
That's right.
And there's no better way to secure money than with gold.
With gold right now. Now, call this number. This is the time. That's exactly right.
Who are these tips from now? They're not from Volt, the mascot on the side of the truck.
They're from an expert.
From an expert. We have an expert. We have an expert. There's 4 things you can do to...
His name what?
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to share it with you. But now tomorrow...
I think you're in the proper mindset, Dave.
This will be perfect. Here we are. It's garbage time. And you know who'll be in here tomorrow at this time? BB Shea. So it'll be the perfect time because he needs to save some money. You know, BB... Oh, he's living with his parents.
Now.
He living with his parents.
He couldn't save any money.
He can leave the lights on now.
Yeah, he don't care. That's right. But he'll be in here tomorrow at this time. And, you know, I did read recently, and what you're saying is exactly right, Chris Demm, about giving money at the point of purchase at the counter, that Americans now overwhelmingly want wait staff and people behind the counter just to be paid more so we're not tipping, you know, whereas the tipping culture is like, we're tired of that now.
Yeah, the iPad has become such a point of purchase now, and they flip the iPad around to you or whatever, and then it's in your face.
Yeah.
And you see it in places where typically you're not used to tipping.
You know, and I know
they call it the tipping point.
Correct. And we've had the discussion on this before, but at the $12 salad store where I frequently go, they do that. They turn it around and it says, and you have to go through a little bit of a process and push a couple of buttons to not tip. And they know me in there now. They're like, hey, good to see you. You know, it's the same people every time.
It's guilt.
And I say no. I don't tip because that's not a place
there you go. See you next time.
That's right.
Do they look at it after you punch it and sign it or whatever it is?
I wonder if do they turn it to me.
Do they really care?
I don't.
Or do they get a big red light on their register? He's not tipping.
He's not tipping again. They must know it. I just don't do it.
The streak is alive.
I don't do it there.
It's 28 quinoa bowls without tipping.
Who had 30?
That's right.
Who back there had 30?
I'm just not
Somebody's
doing
going to win some money.
I'll tell you, as a quinoa expert,
yeah,
never been a better time.
It's the perfect time for quinoa.